Is Mr. Monroe, and I don't think you guys can see me very well, can you? Give me just a few seconds here. Is that better? I'm sure it is. You can tell that I've got a green shirt on with white logo. You can tell that I've got glasses. A lot of the details that you could not see while I was standing there, now you can see them because of light energy. The light happened in this lab very quickly, didn't it? Now, the ultimate source of light energy that our planet has is actually coming from the sun. But we know that there's a time during the 24-hour time that we have as a day that the sun goes away. And then it becomes dark. And while it is dark, not only outside, but inside, we have to look for other sources of light energy. Now, long ago, people kind of depended upon campfires and light sources like a candle, didn't they? Because that was the only way that they could provide light energy to make things where they could see those things, okay? Light energy has lots of properties, guys. We know that light energy travels very fast, just like how quick this room lit up. It is said that light can travel at 300,000 miles, 300,000 kilometers per second. And that's so fast, if you really think about it. If light traveled around, it could curve around our globe. It is said that it's traveling so fast that in 1 second, light would travel around our planet 8 times. That's amazing. That's really quick. And that's why, you know, when there are thunderstorms and there's lightning and thunder going on, you know, lightning and thunder happens at the same time. But because light is so much faster than sound, that's why we always see the flash of light before we hear that big boom. It is said that light travels in or it seems to travel in a straight path, a straight line. Now, candles, fires, and campfires were some of the earliest forms of light energy used by people. Now we have electrical lights, like the lights here in my lab, and then probably in your homes, in your apartments, there are lights that are using electricity because, just like Ms. Fuller said, energy can be transformed. Electrical energy can be transformed into light energy. For example, this lamp. This lamp is using electricity from a plug-in to transform it into light energy. Of course, we have a shade here, and we can see the light is coming out of the top and out of the bottom, but it's not penetrating or it's not coming through the shade very well. Well, light rays can be blocked by objects. And usually the object, for example, over in our postal preserve, if the sun is shining, we have lots of trees. Those trees will block the sunlight. And what happens is on the backside of that tree, because the sun rays can't get through, it's going to make something that we call a shadow. Now, material that light rays can penetrate and go through, we say that those materials are transparent. You know, we use light energy every day in our lives. We use it at night. Now, some of it is just like the lamp. Other light sources are portable light sources. For example, I've got my favorite portable light sources. In my closet, I have a light similar to this because the light that's run by electricity in there doesn't give me enough light, so I have a light similar to this. It has a battery inside of it. And when you pull the switch, the light comes on, okay? That's one of my favorite lights. Another favorite light, probably by a mechanic or someone who works on automobiles, whether it's working under the hood on a motor or underneath that vehicle, he might have a light similar to this that would be called a trouble light. There's also lights that we call spotlights that are very, very bright, okay? Another one of my favorite lights, because I like to hunt and fish, is a light called a headlight. And usually I would have a cap, and I would put my cap on or just do it like this. I can put it on my head just like this. But this is the way that it would be worn. And I like to fish at night sometimes, and sometimes when I'm hunting, I try to get myself sunset before the sun comes up and it's dark, and I can simply turn my headlight on and walk to wherever I'm going if I'm hunting, or even fish at night so I can see if the fish is biting, simply by using this headlight. Oh, there's so many different lights that we can use. I have another special light that uses LED lights, and these lights are very bright. This is one that might be used by a mechanic. It turns at different angles. It also dims when pressing the switch. It gets it a little dimmer, meaning it's not as bright. And then I can completely close that off and use a light on the end. That's amazing. Somebody has invented something very nice. Now, the last light that I want to show you is a light that can be used for first aid. I know that sometimes when you're playing, you might get a little thorn in your finger or a splinter in your finger, and you might run to mom or dad, and you might want them to take that thorn or that splinter out of your finger, and they'll use something like called tweezers or forceps. Well, sometimes that little thorn or splinter can be so small that they can't hardly see it or can't hardly find it or can't hardly get a hold to it with the forceps or the tweezers. But I have something that would really help them out if they had one. It's one of my favorite little tools as far as doing that. This is a set of tweezers right here. And it does use light energy. It has a light on it. And what really helps, it has a magnifying glass on it also. And when trying to find that little thorn, that little splinter, that light helps, and the magnifier helps, and you can get that little thorn or you can get that little splinter out of your finger or hand a little bit better, a little bit more easier, okay? So, light energy, we need to have it so we can see. And of course, Ms. Fuller already talked about the importance of light energy to plants.